Look, instead of just standing around here, why aren't you out there looking for those fanatics so you can bring my wife back, huh? Hey, look, please, I have some information, and it's important that I get it to Paul Kendall.
What's going on here, Brad?
Want to see Mr. Kendall?
I'm a little upset over it.
Oh?
Okay, I'll talk to him.
Sure. Ed, I'd like to talk to Paul.
What about?
Come on, Ed. Jenny's life is on the line. Don't you know that? Don't you care? Look, I met a girl. I think it could be very important. I think she knows something. Anyway, she has connections with the underground. She's about 5'5". She's a blonde. I just want to see if Paul would recognize her.
What'd she say?
Well, nothing. She wouldn't talk to me. You could make her talk.
You've been watching too much TV, Burghardt. Sonny O'Day, is that the girl's name?
How'd you know that?
We put a tail on her. Ever since Mark O'Day contacted her 2 days ago.
2 days ago?
Yeah, that's right. There's nothing of very much interest there. And in answer to your first question, yes. I do care.
There's no way to send it, of course.
Yes, there is. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Quite welcome. Jim has a couple of problems, but we feel we're on top of it.
Oh, well, Larry told us, and we're terribly grateful. So grateful, it's difficult to ask you another favor.
Well, the answer is no.
Well, you haven't even heard the question.
Betcha I have. Could you see your father?
Well, yes, that's who. How did you know?
Yeah, all patients with relatives are the same question. I know you're anxious, but I know it's also difficult for you to wait around. It's not enough for you to wait all day long, just to find out that you've got to wait some more.
Well, we'll just keep waiting. But now it will be different.
Oh, now, do you want to get something to eat?
Oh, please, I couldn't. Well, look, why don't we have a cup of coffee? Come on. All right, but you will promise to call us if we're needed or if you wait us out?
Absolutely, certainly.
All right, thank you, Doctor. Carla, excuse me.
Goodbye. 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 Oh. I ain't never been this tired in my whole life. Maybe it's the tension.
I didn't know that you felt tension. You don't feel tension, do you?
I don't? Well, I wonder if it's all that yelling I do that makes me tired.
Yelling? Who yells?
Well, who do you think?
You do?
Well, of course. To let people know that I mean business.
Well, I'm sure that they understand that you mean business. Especially in this case.
Yes, well, I have to embellish my position, you see. A good way to do that is to bark out my orders in a loud voice. I imagine I hurt some people's feelings.
It's possible.
But surgery is a different situation. It requires everyone to come up to the mark, especially me. Maybe I'm just yelling to cover up how scared I am.
Oh, wait a minute. Stop the presses.
Don't look at me like that.
Well, that's a strange admission from you. Scared? You?
Well...
I knew you were going to back off.
Scared.
I knew you were going to back off.
All right. Just a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But I drive people hard so that we'll all do well. And maybe partly because I don't want anyone to see this little feeling I get.
What little feeling?
Today, before surgery, and while I was scrubbing up, I got this feeling, you know? A sort of anxiety. Well, you know, not shaky or anything, just anxiety. What the devil am I telling you this for?
Because you're tired and your defenses are down.
Yeah, I suppose so. I have this internal monologue that goes time. Do it perfectly. Do it fast. Remember absolutely everything that you've learned. Be prepared for anything and everything, and don't make one mistake, not one.
If you give yourself those kinds of orders, small wonder you feel some anxiety or fear, as some of us would call it.
But when I'm in surgery, I'm okay.
Obviously.
Suddenly, it's like coming home. Everything is totally familiar. I know what to do, and I can do it. And I know that this is my ballpark.
Your ballpark, huh? Tell me something. Are you the umpire who yells, or the manager who yells, or...
Baby, I'm the owner of the team who
yells.
All right, one more question, then I'll get out of here.
Sure.
Sonny. Girl named Sonny O'Day. You ever hear of her? Name Sonny doesn't ring any bells, huh? Well, okay, I get going. And so now you can concentrate in the meanwhile on the most important thing.
Remembering.
Well, that's important too, but I was thinking when you were getting well, that's what I had in mind.
Well, I'm sure not used to anyone this way, am I? Except maybe Bonnie and Herman, and they'll take me any way they can get me.
Well, they're not gonna get you, are they?
If they do, it would be the easiest way to free Jenny and Joe.
Come on, Paul.
Come on, you know that's true. Everyone knows it's true.
Now, you listen, and you listen good. You know you can't give Bonnie and Herman what they want. They'll keep you just like they're keeping Joe and Jenny. And if you got any ideas about sneaking out of here, forget it, all right? One other thing you might think about while you're getting well. We're tracking down every lead, and eventually one of them's going to pay off.
Toward the bottom. It says no cooperation.
You refuse to give them up, huh?
Yeah. No negotiations. No nothing. A stalemate. They don't believe us, Herman. Can you imagine? After we've come this far and they still don't believe us.
What are we going to do?
We'll use the direct approach. Yeah, that's right. The direct approach might be the thing to do. No more messing around, Herman. No more.
At last. Some good news.
It sure is. Of course, we still have a long way to go.
You know, if Jim pulled through this so far, I think he's going to come out all right, thank God.
Keep the thought. Anyway, to be sure, I'm going to go check with intensive care. He still has to be watched pretty carefully.
Thanks, Larry. I'm sorry I couldn't be more useful.
You get well. You will be, right? I'll see you later.
Oh, Kendall.
Is that right?
Who is this?
Want to have a talk with you, Kendall?
Who is this?
Come on, you know who.
Bonnie.
Give the establishment creep the booby prize.
Let him go, Bonnie. Let Joe Riley and Jenny out of there.
Shut up. I'll do the talking.
Please, let them go. Look, we can do business, you and I. We can work this out.
Hey, that's right, we can. I'm selling and you're buying. And you meet my price or a lot of bad things are going to start going on.
What's the price?
It's a little expensive.
Just tell me.
Okay. No bargains, though.
Tell me.
Your friends are alive and kicking. And since you won't cooperate and come get what you deserve, I'm going to make you an offer that you'll like a lot. In fact, it's a way to save your own skin. I've noticed that you like to be the boss. Give orders. So now I'm going to let you give me an order. How do you like it so far?
Look, what are you saying? What do you want?
I want you to make a decision.
Yes, well, what? Well, what?
Is it to be Joe Riley or your friend Jenny?
What?
It's your decision.
My decision as to what?
As to which one I execute first.
Annual Daytime Emmy Awards.
See you then.
It's a celebration of daytime with your favorite daytime stars on hand to decide who's the best under the sun.
Excellent.
The 5th Annual Daytime Emmy Awards.
Funny.
even if it means Paul must die.
It might be a good idea to put a guard in his room.
And on General Hospital, Mark has found a way to keep Katie.
But I'm sure Lamont knows I'm onto something. And he's playing games trying to keep her away from me, but I don't care anymore.
Don't give up until you find her, please.
One Life to Live, General Hospital. On ABC.
Hostage. There's a political prisoner, along with Jenny Vernon. Our captors are ready to shoot us if their demands are not met. They are fully armed, and they will not hesitate for a moment to make good their threat. I tried to discuss the events, the situation with them in a rational manner, but they are unwilling to negotiate for safe passage out of the country. Their demands have been explicitly stated. They want the body of Paul Kendall, dead or alive.
Wish we knew what they did with Jim.
Jenny, I'm convinced they took him for help.
Well, I'm not. Especially after Bonnie said that she'd like to turn over his body to the authorities to prove that she's serious.
Yeah, I know that, but if they'd killed him or let him die, believe me, they'd have given us that message loud and clear.
To scare us, you mean?
Yeah, who knows? Now, we know they were arguing before they took Jim away, right? Well, maybe Herman convinced Bonnie the best thing to do would be to let Jim live. Thing is, they're not about to tell us that they're capable of a little bit of mercy. Huh?
Mercy. Maybe it's a plot. Maybe it's a new angle.
Yeah, maybe, but who knows? Maybe we got to her when we told her what bad press it would be for them if they let Jim die.
But we don't even know if he got to the hospital in time. We don't know if he was operated on in time. We just don't know.
Jenny, there's a lot we don't know. But for our own sakes, we're just going to have